Welcome back to SWGA Sickle Cell Awareness with Patient Advocate Monica. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the tribe. In today's video, I am going to be talking about one of the #1 conferences for this year for me. It is the Sickle Cell Disease Conference, Treating the Whole Person, and it is put on by the International Association of Sickle Cell Nurses and Professionals Associates. So if you have not registered for this event already, you should go right ahead and register now. Let me show you how to register. You want to go to their website first. It is www.iasnapa.org/conference. And once you register, then that's the start. So go ahead and go to that website and click on the registration button, and this is what you'll see when you get on their website. And you're going to register. And before you register, if you want to know what the event is about, there's an event description on the website. The next thing is you can register up to 5 people. You can register up to 5 people for this conference. Invite whoever that's in your community or in your network or your support group that needs to learn more about sickle cell. Connect with the sickle cell community. That includes patients, nurses, medical professionals, caregivers, supporters, teachers, educators, co-workers, employees. They're all needing to attend this conference. So go ahead and register. And this conference starts next week. But one of the good things about this conference, or the greatest thing about this conference during this time, is because we're in the difficult times, or we're at stay-at-home orders right now until everyone is vaccinated, or until what is going on in the world now is under control and is more manageable. Once you register, the next thing that they're going to do is send you a link to download the Wova app. I have this app downloaded on my desktop, which is what I'm using right now, as well as my phone, which is great to do, because one of the things that I'm noticing is there are some educational pieces that are happening at the same time. So I will be watching one of them on my laptop, and I'll be watching the other one on my phone. But I definitely want to get as much information as I can in as a patient and a patient advocate. And one of the things about this app that I love so much is the networking aspect, as well as the information that is shared during this conference. It gives you an opportunity to meet other people that are in the sickle cell community that are doing awesome, wonderful things, and teaching and giving more education and sharing their experiences from so many different perspectives. One of the perspectives is a nurse, patients, caregivers. So now let's go on to one of my favorite parts, which is the Wova app. Let's get into this app. And you'll definitely see me on the app because I am #1 on the leaderboard. Let's go to that first. Yes, I'm still #1 on the leaderboard. Miss Ray Blaylock is right behind me, and I'm gonna try to stay in that first place. This is one of the fun parts about the Wova app, is that there's a fun competition that's going on the leaderboard. And you can gain points by adding topics, as well as suggesting conferences and including articles. One of the things that I want to show everyone is the agenda. Let me show you the home first, which it shows you the Sickle Cell Disease Conference to let you know that you're in the right place, and it's only for 2 days. The agenda, you design your own agenda as to what events and what sessions that you want to attend, which is phenomenal. You get to pick and choose which one that you want to attend. Global Nursing and Sickle Cell Disease is one of the #1 events that I'm definitely looking forward to. because sickle cell is just not a local disease. It's actually a global issue, which is fun. And I love when Global Blood Therapeutics are there and it talks about the new approved drug therapies for sickle cell. That is definitely a session that a lot of people need to sit in, because people still think that hydrorrhea is the only medication for sickle cell patients, but there are other medications out there for sickle cell patients, and it's good to listen to all of the new information and stay updated. It's so important to stay updated. That's Wednesday agenda. Let's look at Thursday's agenda. Thursday agenda is good as well. So it all depends on what you're looking for. And there is another one that I'm very interested in attending, and it's the CBC and sickle cell labs. What do they mean? You know, they always send us down for labs, whether it's for CBC, whether it's for protein, whether it's for hemoglobin. They send us down there for so many testing. And I say that because I'm a patient myself. We're often sent down there and we're given results, but we don't understand the results. So I'm glad this conference is going to allow us to ask the questions as to what do these different labs mean to us and for us, and what's good and what's bad. And I will definitely be in that class. I'm registered for that session as well as the grief one. I'm registered for the grief one for so many different reasons. And one of the main reasons is one of the panelists is Dr. Lori Vick, who was one of the nurses that attended and presented at my conference. So it's so important for us to talk about that. And one of the things that I think about when I think about grief, I think about the warriors that have transitioned on. And a lot of us are still dealing with that. So they're gonna tell us how to deal with that. And that is so important. Now that we have the agenda out the way, let's get into the community. This is one of my favorite parts of this app. I like how you can ask questions. There are meetups where people are doing meetups. I haven't organized the meetup yet. Sharing articles. Sharing articles is another way to accumulate points for yourself on the leaderboard. So go ahead and copy a clip or interesting article that you know other people in the sickle cell community want to read about. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share an article that I've already cut and pasted from the Sickle Cell Disease Association website, and it is my instructor for the community health worker class. I'm going to paste his story on there. I hope it posts right. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that, but I'll correct that later. But I did have an article on him that is a great article. One of the articles that I often like to share with people is the Rush Project, which is on there, as well as I did an article on how telehealth is needed in our community. And it's been an ongoing process of mine, is making sure that adult sickle cell patients have what they need. And I'm on top of it. I'm always on top of it. It also gave me an opportunity in the sharing article is to share a YouTube video that I did on how public speaking and patient advocacy work together. That is something that increases your points on there as well. And the sharing is another thing that keeps everything interesting. Share your moments. I recently added some pictures because I attended the Red Cross blood drive today. So I wanted to share those moments with everyone, because the American Red Cross plays a big part in the sickle cell community, especially because a lot of patients do a lot of blood exchange as well as blood infusion. So it's definitely important for us to get the blood that we need. And we can't do all of this without the sponsors. We can't do it without the sponsors. So I'm very thankful for the sponsors. And I like how people can leave you messages. I like how different people and Wova will leave messages. And it's also a way to stay in contact with people. I like how people will get to see your pictures. And during these conferences, they also have an opportunity for you to do some networking. You definitely want to take advantage of the networking aspect of this. Even though we're unable to meet in person, there still be opportunities for us to meet in person in the future. And here are some of the speakers that are going to be speaking during this conference, and it'll give you a little history about what they'll be speaking about and their topic. I see Cassandra Trammell, which she's Sickle Cell 101. She does a great job. I see other nurses that I've met at other conferences that I love to listen to them speak. They give great knowledge and wisdom about sickle cell issues, and they're gonna Miss Pat Corley. So I'm not gonna go through the whole list. And of course, I do share all of my information on here, and there's the leaderboard, and then you have the Q&A where you have an opportunity to ask these speakers questions related to their topic before the actual conference, so they can kind of get an idea of what is coming up. And also you can get the bios of the speaker, which is also great. So that concludes this video. In the comments section,